Ladies and gentlemen, this is happening live, and it's a live coverage in the Republic of Kenya. And from the look of things, it's like the protesters had overcome the police officers that were deployed in this area just to be able to curb the challenges that comes with protesters. As you can see, they are trying to push their way through. They've pushed the police officer. The vehicle that they had has been driven away from the protesters, and what is left are just a few police officers who are trying to control the current situation. I think protesters, they are feeling that if maybe they do not do it in this manner, then they can hardly be listened to by the government. Of course, there have been grievances that have been addressed by the opposition leader in the Republic of Kenya, and that is Azimio la Umoja. They've been talking about them not being in a position to recognize the President of the Republic of Kenya as the duly or as the legally elected President of the Republic, and they still question the method or the strategy that was used. So until date, they are not very convinced. And of course, according to the leader of Azimio la Umoja, that is Raila Amolo Odinga, the former president, the former Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya, he is saying that the protests are going to take place, of course, every Monday of the week, and this is going to really interfere with it's going to really interfere with the economy of the country. So we know for sure that when the economy is sabotaged, then there's nothing meaningful that can go on in a republic. Of course, people have been suggesting for a handshake between the opposition leader and the current president, that is Dr. William Samoei Ruto, and his counterparts are saying there is no way this time they are giving room for handshake. As you can see, the young men or the youths, you can also call them protesters, are busy throwing stones at the police officers, who are very patient and tolerant, because in as much as they are being thrown at, they've not reacted so far. Of course, the vehicle is coming back, and as you can see, water is being jet at the protesters, and I think this is what makes them glad. They always want the police officers to react. They always want the police officers to react to their protest, and over time they've been heard saying that any protest without the police officers being engaged in a battle of hide and seek, then it is not a successful protest. And as per what is currently going on in this particular area is that the police officers are very patient. The protesters on the other side are trying to provoke them as much as they can in order to just have them following and having a running battle. And the police officers, I think they are disciplined enough to ensure that they are not giving they are not really falling for their game. So they've been patient for some time. Of course, the vehicle is right there, just waiting for any serious situation. They are at a distance. The police officers are standing at a reasonable gap from the protesters, who have really pushed them all the way from where the protesters are currently based. They've pushed the police officers all the way. And as you know, most of these situations, when they happen in Kenya, Kenyan youths would always want the police officers chasing them left, right, and center for them to consider it a demonstration. But what we have from these pictures clearly indicate that the police are not really giving into their game, and of course they are really patient to ensure that they don't fall for that game. There's a sling that is being thrown there. Of course, they really don't. These guys are funny. Yeah, and this is one of the key reasons. I see it in so many perspectives and different angles. These are some of the situations that occur, especially when a protest is called for and youths are jobless. They will tend to really fall in for such like activities. And it is also a call for the opposition coalition just to ensure that they talk to the youth so that they understand the manner in which peaceful protest is done. And I also want to believe that to some extent we also need to talk to our officers so that they also know how to control the group that is protesting. So I think education is advisable to both ends, either the opposition or the government, how they are supposed to curb this situation when it exists and or when it occurs, and also how to also educate mostly or create awareness to the protesters. I have seen and monitored what is happening in South Africa. Remember Malema together with his counterparts and with the mobilized wananchi in the Republic of South Africa. There is a very serious protest there between the government and the third opposition party. They are feeling like there's a lot of corruption going on, a lot of unemployment issues, that is in South Africa. And of course, they are saying that the government officers have not done anything to curb the situation. And currently, they are saying that they will be protesting until the president resigns. We also have a group of protesters here that are saying that the president should be able to resign and go home. They are not contented with the manner in which he is working at the moment in the Republic of Kenya. Now, what might be leading, if you can see, according to the statistic that was given by the IEBC, and that was last year, according to the results of the election, it clearly indicated, of course, there is now the running battle, and this is what they like so much, that they run as the police officers are chasing them. That is very interesting to the protesters. They like such like battles. So just like I was saying, results were announced, and remember the difference between the two presidential candidates, that is Dr. William Samoei Ruto and the former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga, was just 200,000 votes. So to this date, they are still seriously convinced that they won. According to Raila's brigade, they say that they won with about 8 million votes against William Ruto, who, according to Raila, had only garnered 5 million. So there's sort of mixed reaction. Remember, according to the IBC, the gap was very narrow. That's 200,000 across the Republic of Kenya. So, of course, they're saying that they will be protesting every Monday of the week. So business will be brought to a standstill and all the other economic activities. So you can imagine the type of crisis this is about to befall the Republic of Kenya. So People need to be careful anytime you're walking. Just be careful that this one does not really get you away, because there are really concerned is really going on. But sometimes when such like get you on your way, you can fall a victim. So just ensure that every other time you be aware of what is happening in your environment. So I'll be giving you more updates on what is taking place. Adios for now.